Hey friends, come on in. Grab your coffee or tea, get comfy, maybe kick off your shoes if you're at home. Today I just want to sit here with you and talk about something that genuinely makes me happy every single time I think about it. Gardens, the feel of cool soil between your fingers, that fresh green smell after you cut the grass, the quiet satisfaction of watching something you planted actually grow and thrive. It's the little things that hit different, you know? Life moves so fast these days. Work, notifications, traffic, endless scrolling. Sometimes you forget what it feels like to just stop and be present. But the second you step outside into your own little patch of green, even if it's just a balcony with a few pots, everything changes. You kneel down, touch the earth, see a new leaf unfurling, hear bees buzzing around flowers you helped bloom, and for a moment the whole world quiets down. That feeling isn't something you can buy in a store or order online, but you can make it happen more often, more easily, with tools that actually work with you instead of against you. And that's why I keep coming back to Buco Garden Tools. Not because I'm trying to sell you anything, but because using their stuff has honestly changed how I experience my own backyard. I want to share that with you the way I'd tell a close friend over a cold drink on a summer evening. I've been playing in dirt for a long time now. Started small, couple of sad herbs on a windowsill that barely survived. Moved to a tiny balcony setup, killed a few more plants learning what not to do. Finally got a real backyard a few years ago. Along the way I bought plenty of cheap tools that promised the world and delivered headaches. Plastic handles that cracked, engines that wouldn't start after the first season, blades that dulled after one use. You know the story. Frustration builds fast when your tools fight you every step. Then I stumbled across Buco Garden Tools online. First thing that hit me was how straightforward everything looked. No flashy banners screaming at you, no pop-ups begging for your email, just clean pages that get straight to the point. Categories make perfect sense. Multi-tools that do almost everything. Dedicated trimmers and brush cutters for tougher jobs. Pruning and hedge gear. Tillers for breaking ground. Patio heaters for those cool evenings. And this part really won me over. A full spare parts section so you're never stuck hunting for obscure bits months later. Let's talk about the multi-tool system first because it's become my go-to for pretty much every job. The 52 cubic centimeters engine is the heart of it. I remember the very first pull start. Smooth, no endless yanking, and then that solid, throaty sound when it caught. Not too loud to annoy the neighbors, but you can feel the power sitting there ready to work. 52 cubic centimeters means it doesn't bog down when you hit resistance. Thick weeds, small saplings, overgrown corners. It powers through. But the real magic is the quick swap heads. One engine does it all. String trimmer head for crisp lawn edges and keeping paths tidy. Brush cutter blade for clearing wild patches. Tall grass, thorny stuff that would laugh at a regular string trimmer. Pole saw attachment that extends high enough to reach branches you used to need a ladder and shaky nerves for. Hedge trimmer head that glides through bushes like they're butter. Even a small cultivator head for loosening soil in beds without breaking your back with a shovel. I can do an entire day's worth of varied yard work with one machine slung over my shoulder and a backpack holding the extra heads. Before this setup I was constantly switching tools, dragging cords around, swapping batteries that died at the worst moment, or just giving up because my arms felt like lead. Now I walk out with one powerful unit, clip on whatever head I need, maybe add the extension pole for extra reach, and I'm set for hours. The backpack style harness versions are especially thoughtful. They distribute the weight across your shoulders and hips so you're not killing your wrists or lower back after 30 minutes. Smart design for real people who actually use the thing. The build feels solid too. Metal drive shafts that don't flex. Vibration reduction that actually works so your hands don't go numb. Handles shaped for comfort instead of looking cool in a photo. They clearly thought about long sessions in the sun, not just 5-minute demos. And when the job gets really rough, overgrown ditches, neglected fence lines, areas that turn into mini forests, the standalone 52 cubic centimeters brush cutters are absolute monsters. Wide metal blades chew through everything. I cleared a wild strip behind the shed last summer that had been ignored for years. What used to take a full sweaty weekend with hand tools and multiple machines took about 45 minutes. Walked away feeling accomplished instead of destroyed. Hedge trimmers deserve their own shout out. Dual action blades, long reach options if you want, and they power through denser growth without stuttering. I shaped up the front privet hedge last spring. Neat, even lines that look like a pro did it. Neighbors kept walking by, stopping, asking what magic tool I was using. I just grinned and said you should check out Buco. Felt good sharing something that actually delivered. They've got smaller gear too that punches above its weight. Forged hand pruners and loppers that slice clean instead of crushing stems. Lightweight but sturdy secateur for precise cuts on roses or fruit trees. Even the hand tools feel like they were made by someone who gardens themselves. Balanced, sharp out of the box. Handles that don't slip when your palms are sweaty. Now picture those cooler evenings when summer is fading but you still want to sit outside with friends. Their patio heaters turn that wish into reality. I went with the pyramid style because it looks sharp and throws heat in a wide circle. Stainless steel body so rain doesn't turn it rusty. rusty, sturdy base with wheels so you can roll it wherever the group is sitting. 13 kilowatts of real warmth that keeps everyone comfortable without scorching anyone close by. Safety grille is solid. Push-button ignition means no fumbling with matches when the wind picks up. Throw the included cover over it at the end of the night, and it stays looking brand new season after season. Last fall we basically lived outside on weekends. Instead of huddling around a small fire pit that only warms your shins, this heater created a cozy zone where drinks stayed cold on the table, but nobody was shivering. People kept commenting how nice it felt to stay out longer. Small upgrades like that make ordinary evenings memorable. Price-wise, it's a relief. You're not paying extra just for a big name badge on the side. The quality is there. Durable engines, good materials, thoughtful features, but the cost stays reasonable. 12-month warranty gives peace of mind. 30-day returns if something doesn't feel right for your setup, and same-day shipping if you order in the morning during busy seasons. That matters when you wake up one Saturday and realize you need to get moving before the weather turns. Let me share a quick real story from last year because it still makes me smile. I had this neglected corner of the yard. Hard-packed clay mixed with rocks. Basically concrete disguised as soil. I wanted vegetables there. Tomatoes, peppers, zucchini, fresh herbs. Old-school digging would have left me sore for days. So I grabbed one of their 52 cubic centimeters rototillers. 3 horsepower for aggressive tines, depth you can adjust on the fly. I started at one edge, walked steady, and the machine just powered through. Turned rock-hard ground into soft, crumbly planting mix in under an hour. Then I swapped to the cultivator head on the multi-tool and worked in compost and aged manure. Planted everything, watered, waited. First harvest was unreal. Sun-warmed tomatoes straight off the vine, peppers that actually had flavor, basil I could smell from the kitchen window. Every bite reminded me how much easier the right tool made the whole process. Not just less work, but more joy. That's the biggest thing I want you to feel too. Not just owning another gadget, but gaining back time and energy. Time to sit at dusk with a cold drink watching the garden glow in golden light. Energy to experiment with new plants instead of recovering from back strain. The tools become invisible helpers so you can focus on the part that matters. Growing things, watching life happen, feeling connected to something real. Whether you're just dipping your toes in, maybe a few pots on a terrace or a small lawn you're tired of fighting, or you've got a bigger space and you're treating it like your personal sanctuary, there's gear here that fits right in. Newcomers love how approachable the multi-tools are, easy to start, forgiving if you're still learning throttle control, tough enough that you can't easily destroy them. Seasoned gardeners appreciate the raw capability, the quick parts availability, the fact that when something wears out you can replace just that piece instead of buying a whole new machine. The website itself feels trustworthy. Descriptions are straight up. They tell you what the tool will do well and where its limits are. No wild promises. Customer photos and the reviews look like actual backyards. Muddy boots and all, not perfectly staged shoots. That honesty builds confidence fast. They've even got a small blog area with real tips, winter storage checklists so your engine starts first pull in spring, correct fuel oil ratios to avoid gunk, blade sharpening without ruining the edge, seasonal tune-up reminders. It's practical stuff written by people who use the tools themselves. So here's where I hand it over to you. If there's even a quiet little voice inside saying, "I'd love my outdoor space to feel more alive, more mine," go take a peek. Open your browser, search Buco Garden Tools, scroll through the pages, read a few product details, maybe watch one of their short clips showing the multi-tool swapping heads or the tiller chewing up hard soil. You don't need to add anything to the cart right now. Just let yourself imagine. Picture neat edges on your lawn that make the whole yard look sharper. Tall sunflowers swaying in the breeze because you finally tilled that bed properly. Bushes shaped nicely instead of wild and uneven. Vegetables you grew yourself sitting on your plate. Friends over on a cool evening. Everyone relaxed under the glow of a heater you rolled out without drama. Whatever version of beautiful your garden dream looks like, the right tools turn, someday, into weekends you actually enjoy. I'm cheering for you from here. May your plants grow strong, your tools stay reliable, your hands get pleasantly dirty, and your evenings outside stretch long and peaceful. Take good care, friends. Get out there when you can. The soil is waiting.